Okay guys, so we're back and we're here to review the 5th episode of the first season of Marvel's Spider-Man. Now this episode is going to deal with two very familiar villains to Spider-Man right off the bat. The first one is going to be the Spider Slayer, which once again makes its appearance, and this time we learn that it's not exactly the Smites that are after this attack. We actually learn that it's actually Norman Osborn that's also controlling this, so everything is kind of going bad. But not just that, we also find out that Norman Osborn's been kind of, orchestrating all this and running behind it, but there's also a bomb that was left inside a Spider Slayer, which once again Spider-Man, as he has done in this series multiple times, and I keep stressing how much I love it, has to use science and his scientific knowledge and his scientific brain to be able to overcome this situation and, get the bomb out of New York City, which I honestly thought was handled very well. Now, in further continuing with what's happening, we see that Norman Osborn is really pressuring Harry to make some very tough life choices. One particular one he wants him to make is one that involves him staying at the Osborn Academy. He doesn't want him to go back to Horizon High, and that's what Harry wants to do, but he keeps pressuring him that, listen, it's in your name, you're an Osborn, take advantage of everything that's given to you. And we see that Harry isn't necessarily willing to take the easy way out. He wants to work hard for this, but he's constantly under pressure from his father. And at the same time, as he does want to go back to school, they decide to throw a dance in welcoming him back. Now, all would be fine if it wasn't for the last time we saw Warren, that he actually infected Alexei with something. And what this is the fact that he's going to start splicing some, DNA with humans, and Alexei ends up turning into the Rhino. Now, this is where a situation gets bad because he reveals himself at the dance, and he gets into a pretty big, hellish confrontation here at the dance. Almost a lot of people get hurt. Obviously, Alexei is now turned, so they have to fight him and everything. It's handled pretty well, while Spidey has to figure out where the hell Gwen disappeared, as she has realized that there's something up with this and that somehow her uncle might be involved. And when she's home, turns out he was right because the Jackal is there, and Spider-Man gets into a fight with him. She goes into the office and actually figures out that, he actually is the Jackal. So she finds that he does have the cure, which is why he's been kind of able to control it, or a semi-cure, you can say, and uses it on him. They use it on Alexei. He turns back to normal. We see that Warren is now in jail. We see Norman Osborn, though, is watching everything kind of with an observant eye because, well, he's going to scheme a few more things. And right at the end of the episode, we see Peter Parker once again pass the knowledge of with great power comes great responsibility onto her as her uncle, Warren, not Miles Warren, because Miles they figured would be too confusing for kids because if there's two Miles in the series, that's why he was changed to Raymond Warren, is actually, still a great scientist. Just at some point he lost the sight of with great power. So she should keep the healthy memories of him alive. And as the episode ends, we see Harry and Peter, they're sharing a good moment together. They're once again great friends. But it definitely, they're going their separate ways as Harry has decided he needs to go back to the Osborn Academy. And he needs to do it because, well, that's what his dad wants him to, and he can't say no to his dad. Overall, this was a great episode. I wouldn't say it's one of the better ones. It's definitely not as good as some of the previous ones, but I did thoroughly enjoy it, and I can't wait to see more of it. I would give this one a positive 8 out of 10.